Hello everybody and welcome back to Viking Invasion and our Welsh campaign. This is Ken MRVHS, and in the last episode we began a war with Northumbria. They had been attacked by the Picts from the north, and we're looking at right now, I believe, all of their remaining settlements, unless they manage to take Reggit, which I doubt. So we took Pexetten from them, but we did not actually get full control of the province because they still have some units in the fort. Now, this is just a warrior hold. If we were to attack it, it would be like barely any defenses. We could pretty much assault it immediately without any trouble. But I'm going to wait because I suspect the AI is going to counterattack the following turn. They've got some men in the north in Cumbria. This is not really something I'm worried about. And it would actually be kind of nice for them to attack me so I could take up a defensive position. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is the terrain, because if they attack from the north, they're going to be having the benefit of the higher ground. You can see it says the vista is hills and flatland if you're attacking from Cumbria into Pexetten. So that means that as you come from the north, you're going to be experiencing hills that will then flatten out, so they'll have the high ground. Similarly, if they attack from Elmet, they'll have the same type of terrain. If they attack from Deer, it'll just be flatland, and so that's not going to be much of a problem, but I imagine their attack is going to come from the north. So we'll be, not in the best position, but I think we'll be okay. We can, in fact, even move in a Celtic warrior from Clyde, and we've still got really good public order everywhere. So I think we're all set. Let's see, did I want to do anything else? Oh, we do have a new prince coming of age, great warrior and pride on him. So I guess we can put him down. Let's put him down into Gwent. We do have a prince here. Maybe I'll move him over to Defet, I guess, just to get another cav unit in case we get attacked by a small Viking force. All right, and I think we're not making a lot of money this turn, so we're just going to end the year. Oh, there goes Mercia. All right. So our alliance with Mercia paid off in a sense. They now feel secure enough to attack Northumbria and kind of open up their border a little bit with us. So the settlement is about to fall. This will be one more turn. I gotta say, I also like the artwork for this. Very simple, but very evocative. Okay, so oh, we've got an enemy assassin working for the Mercians in Pexetten. Now, he could have just been passing through. The game doesn't distinguish, what kind of mission he was on. He could have been trying to assassinate one of my men, or he could have just been caught by... well, actually, I don't have any spies or security in here. So come to think of it, he probably was killed by my bodyguards. Well, we know we can't really trust the Mercians. Now, one problem with them starting the war is that it's actually made us... it made it a little bit harder for us, because now we would have to decide which one of these two strong places to attack. And then if we do that, we're going to be expanding our border. This is another thing that I like about the campaign map. I talked at the beginning of the first video of this series about the Risk-style 2D campaign map, and how in some ways that has some nice advantages over the 3D map. And one of those is that every battle that you fight on this style of map is incredibly important. There's not a single battle that you're just going to say, it doesn't really matter, because the outcome of every battle on the map is either going to be you gain control of a province, or you lose control of a province, or fail to gain control of a province. So if I attack and I lose, then I don't get the province, and they can sort of counteract. If I attack and I win, I get the province. If they attack me and I lose it. So very high stakes for every single battle. On a 3D style map that you see in Rome, Total War, and all of the later games, it's, of course, the AI is able to do things theoretically like sneak armies through and surprise you and lay ambushes. And you can bypass settlements and, just march all the way to the other side of the map without having to take all of the provinces intervening in between. But while that's good, the AI doesn't really know how to handle it, and it means that you also have a lot of stacks floating around that are kind of meaningless, that you sort of have to swat down, I guess, because they're maybe interrupting a tiny bit of trade or causing a tiny bit of devastation. But you end up having a lot of these fairly small, meaningless skirmishes, and so that's one advantage of the old system. Again, it's not perfect. by any means, but it does have just a different feel to it. I also like the conceit that's implied by having a 2D paper-looking map. Like, this is artwork. This is not intended to be photorealistic, like satellite imagery or anything. This is clearly someone drew it. Clearly it's supposed to look like a map. There's even like a scuffed-up wood table surface that's supposed to be kind of underlying this. So you really get the sense in these games that you're like some medieval general moving your little pieces across the board. Not that that really happened in those times, but it's a nice thought. All right, anyway, so we're just going to continue holding here, and I guess we might see what Mercia does next. They're probably going to try to assault here again. Maybe Northumbria will counterattack, but I'm not really thinking. We want to wait until this is taken, though, and then we can decide to attack one of these two places. So let's just end the turn again. Okay, they did counterattack. All right, and Alice is a spinster. The Saxons are building very highly, and yes, you can see there's their king right there. So the highlighted settlement is where their king is located. All right, and we've taken Pexetten, and now we have destroyed some buildings in the process, and but we've gotten 700 florins pillaged. All right, here's a spy working for the Northumbrians. All right, does this mean... Not quite yet. What else do we need to get? Ah, right, we need to build the royal court, and then we can get our Welsh bandits. So let's actually get on that right now. And in Pexetten, oh, we've still got the abbey intact, and we've got a copper mine. This is great. We've also got a watchtower. So let's go with the warrior hold. And I think I want to start shifting my spies into this province so that we can counteract some of this enemy agent activity. The other thing I'm considering is moving into Elmet and forcing the Northumbrians out. If we were to do this, we could still have normal or even high taxes. And even if they moved all of their forces over here... Actually, no, I can't do this yet. What am I thinking? I don't have the warrior hold built. So next turn I'll try that. Because if I moved almost all of my forces out, this army could just move down and I wouldn't have anywhere to retreat to while still holding possession of the settlements. So don't want to do that. Okay, let's create another spy then to keep that network going. And we're making a bit more money this turn. Looks like we're expecting 826 in profits. So it's probably time... Well, we are spending 1,000 in Poes. Alright, we'll wait. Oh, no! So the Mercians fainted into Elmet, but that's not the interesting thing. The interesting thing is this. King Harold I of the Vikings has invaded with a Viking Huscarls, probably the most terrifying unit in the game, along with some Viking landsmen, which are an extremely, extremely solid unit. So I don't think there's any point in sticking around and trying to fight this. There's no way. I'd be lucky if I get a couple of kills. So we'll just retreat to the stronghold. And we've lost Clyde, and they pillaged 2,050, which... That's terrible. I don't know, I can't remember if we had an abbey there, and our king died. That's not a great time for that to happen. Alright, the Picts won an alliance. You know what, I'll take it now. Okay, they want to marry one of our princesses. No thanks. Alright, Lord Madog is well educated. So now we're at war with the Vikings. And we are their first target. Because of course we are. Because of course, when you're playing any other faction, the Vikings are attacking you. If I were playing the Picts, I would expect them to attack me. If I were playing the Northumbrians or basically anybody, they are just at war with me. Alright. So in Clyde, we do have some infrastructure that we really, really want to keep. And so now I think we have to kind of abandon our Northumbrian war. Or not abandon it, but we do need to bring our forces down into this region again. All right, where else do we have? So our profits went from 800 down to 500. We really don't want them to attack here because I think this abbey gets destroyed if we retreat to our stronghold. Where else do we have an abbey? Down here. And maybe we did in Clyde too, I just can't remember. But let's bring Prince Iago over into Clyde. And actually, let's bring them all. What we want to do is for this army to basically withdraw. Here we already have 4 archers, and we've got our cav and another spear unit. Actually, this Royal Bodyguards unit is relatively cheap in terms of upkeep, 52. Which is even cheaper than horsemen. Now it's a much smaller unit size. It's half, but still that's not too bad. But I'm thinking, horsemen with a very strong charge might be just as good, or just about as good. They've got the numbers. Not good defense, but good for just repeated charges, maybe. Although cavalry in this game is not as much of a knockout blow as it was in Rome or the later games. So I've got 1 cav in my king, but yeah, I think I am going to want another unit. Probably no point in going for spearmen in Gwynedd. Spearmen against Vikings are not going to be useful, but we do want to keep going with archers. And down here, fortunately, there's no Viking ships. But let's see. Let's get going with that metalsmith. Okay, they went to Devitt. Alright, yep, the Vikings have retreated, but they've attacked Devitt. And it's this same force. And we don't have very good units here. 2 horsemen. Well, let's command the defense personally, because we may just as well. These units are not going to do much damage, but it'll be a nice first battle against the Vikings. Not nice, but it'll be a first battle. It'll give you a sense of how powerful their units are. What we really need to get up to are our Welsh bandits and higher tier cavalry, I guess. Armored spearmen would be nice, but they're not going to be very good against these axe-wielding maniacs that the Vikings tend to send at you. Alright, so we are able to deploy here. The terrain is not great. I can set up here, so I think I will, but we don't have any archers. So really this is just going to be a see what we can do with downhill charges kind of battle. We get our general up here. Maybe the spearmen can kind of block on the hillside. Kind of a thick group. And we'll have the Celtic warriors a bit higher up. They're going to just chew through us, though, so you'll see. Alright, we've got them in their close formation. Yeah, Viking Huscarls. I wish that the Celtic warriors were matched up against the landsmen instead, but let's try this. We're charging downhill. Let's see if we get anything. Okay, we did get a kill. Oh, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's actually not bad. Let's get over here. The spearmen are going to lose pretty quickly, and the Celtic warriors are losing. These are just basic horsemen. Alright, you'll find that the repeated charge, repeated cav charge in Medieval 1 is a bit harder to pull off. The cav is a bit slower, a bit less easy to disengage. Although we got out of that one fairly well. Alright, Huskarls are losing badly, but they've still got enough men to cause me major problems. The thing is, we can bleed some of these units, and they'll have a hard time replacing them. Let's pull out our horsemen again and try that one more time. 3 Celtic warriors left. I think I want to pull out my, my general's unit.
Your general lies dead in
Yep.
the field,
See, that's a mistake.
and your soldiers are disheartened.
Yep, and that's it. Look how quickly they rout as soon as the general dies. So the mistake was pulling my general out of combat, actually. That makes it, you know, it's a harder maneuver to execute. So we'll just end the battle. And so you can't just, you know, zoom them around the battlefield in this game, which I kind of like in a way. You have to commit them. So 2,000 Florians pillaged. That's the abbey, which is now destroyed. Do we want to ransom them? Nah. Just 3 men. Alright, our king has gotten married. Prince Caradoc is friendly, which is fine. He's a good runner, so -3 morale. Well. You'll notice, though, that the loyalty is extremely bad here. The Vikings are, of course, a pagan faction. And so they're going to cause a lot of unrest. And even if we were, you know, not able to take this back, which we really can. I mean, we could defeat this army. But if they don't bring another bunch of forces here, they're just going to lose this to a revolt, which is probably going to be a loyalist revolt for us. But yeah, that abbey is gone. And so now we're making -78, because this was a very important province for us. I think we were in the process of building another level of farms, maybe. But that abbey is gone. So we have to now counterattack, because I'd rather not lose the farmlands. That's the other thing. They could destroy this as well as the basic farms and reduce it back down to just, what is it? Just this forest clearing. This is indestructible, but it's, you know, it's also the absolute baseline. So it's not that great. Let's bring our princess over to this coastline, I guess. And the Northumbrians are still hanging around. So on the one hand, I'm feeling compelled to bring my units back. I can't get this force back to Defit anyway. Alright, so who would I want defending Pexetten? This does have a lordship that gives a command star, but I think the command bonuses are like every even one. So, you know, 1 command star by itself doesn't really give any bonuses, but 2 does. I think that's kind of how it works. I could be wrong. Also got to get a new governor for Clyde. So who's got the good acumen? I mean, this guy's a drinker, so that's going to eventually hurt acumen as well. We'll go with this guy. We can raise taxes, though. That just still has us at -48. Just double check where it... where do we have... where else do we have lower than needed taxes? Okay, we can go to very high in Pexetten, even with just that tiny garrison. Okay, but this still doesn't get us up to positive income. Alright, so this is 100% Catholic. Loyalty is really good. Zeal is 55%. It's got some trade goods and other resources. So I want to have a decent governor in here. I don't need to worry about dread or piety too much. But command and acumen. And And it doesn't have to be somebody who's even in the province. You'll notice my generals now are being trained with really low loyalty. This is a function of the new king, I think. He doesn't have that, was it magnificent builder trait anymore like his father did, so that's hurting the loyalty of all my generals. At least he's charismatic. That's good for public order. Alcoholic is, of course, bad. Right, he was the drinker of my sons. But in a little while, what's going to happen is when he dies, all of these other royal-blooded princes are going to turn into not Prince Iago, but just Iago, right? So they're going to be people who still have royal blood, but they're eligible for lordship. So right now, I can't put a lordship on my on any of my heirs. These are the younger brothers, and so they are in line for the throne, so they're not going to be lords of anything. At least that's how the game works. All right, fortunately, I can still train my my Celtic warriors, so I think we want to go into that line. They destroyed my Christian shrine, so we'll rebuild that. But yeah, Celtic warriors are going to be important as an offensive unit that can do some damage to the Vikings. So that's very nice. With that in mind, I guess we may want to go ahead and make them available pretty much everywhere. Yep, let's do that. And we have to invade. And I don't have any Celtic warriors in either of these settlements, so poor planning on my part. Let's bring these guys down. Now they could invade Powys. They couldn't invade Gwent. Well, I mean, this army could cross over into Gwent. So how about that? We'll bring, instead of the king, because his command is actually lower, we'll bring this guy, Prince Idwal. He's a great warrior, a 2-star general, which is going to be helping everybody. Still very high taxes there. We're training a unit of archers. We've got some units here. This way, in case the Vikings invade Powys, we can at least put up a somewhat reasonable defense. They could attack Clyde again. They could reach that by boat. They could hit Gwynedd. But, let's do this. We'll bring him over here. And we'll see what happens. Okay, Northumbrians invade, and we don't have a lot of men there. Oh. Oh, okay. This is a 2-pronged invasion. Huh. So, I don't know if the Northumbrians are allied with the Vikings. They may be. So, Prince Iago's got his work cut out for him. We've got 1, 2, 3 full units of Celtic warriors. 1 tiny unit. 2.5 archers, 2 spears, and a cav. They've got a full unit of Saxon Huscarls, a tiny unit of royal bodyguards, not too worried about this, a lot of peasants, so this army is not too threatening. Of course, this one is. Now, we did some damage to them in the last battle, so let's see how this goes. This is very exciting. But yeah, this campaign, you know, may go down in flames. Okay, we've got a nice sea coast defense. Not really sure where they're going to be coming from. Would the radar map tell me? Not really. But generally this area, I guess. It's kind of like we're on the northern side, and the Vikings are sort of coming up from the south. So I don't know if the Northumbrians are going to come from back over here. We could try some tactical ambushes, I guess. Let's get all of our Celtic warriors, like... Yeah, I don't like being in the woods, because it's just flat terrain. I think we want a nice hill. We've got a lot of archers. So let's get you guys a little bit closer together here. Put you back. My only unit of cav here. We've got a couple of spearmen. 3 archers. We'll put them out front. Alright, and we're good to go. Okay, so they're both coming from way over there. Yeah, and they're coming on in good order together. How is this gonna go? Woodsmen, Feardmen, peasants, peasants, peasants. So a pretty weak center except for those Saxon Huscarls in the back. And that's their general unit. We're going to switch these units really quick. Because I'm thinking this cav unit is going to rush up. In fact, we're going to do something similar. Hit the Feardmen, actually, with those spears. And with this central unit of Celtic warriors. You're going to hit the Royal Bodyguard. You're going to hope to do something on this end of the battlefield with the General. And I'm going to send you out wide. Alright, let's hit these woodsmen. We're going to have to use our archers. They're running away. Let's get the Viking landsmen and target the Huscarls with our archers. Nope, 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 nope. How are we doing? Okay, the Saxon Huscarls are up there. We're not routing yet. But we're chasing away those peasants. Come on. We just don't have enough to work with this. 12 landsmen left. Okay, they're running away. Let's turn around then. Hit those peasants with our archers as well. "31 Viking Huscarls." Alright, there go the peasants. Celtic warriors, go back here, hit these peasants. Archers focus on the Saxons, and you guys actually need to come back. Okay, they're running away. Awesome. Alright, 30 left. See if we can accomplish anything. $20.19. We're still shooting into them. Let's pull the general out and hope he doesn't get killed. 16 left. General did not leave yet. 8 left. If I could kill the Viking King, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh, I think we could do it. 3, 2.
The enemy general reveals his true colors.
All right, the Northumbrians.
And flees.
Awesome. 1 running away. Oh, we got it.
The portrait of royal milks.
All right, stop
The enemy
firing.
king flees.
What you're going to do is try to conserve ammo because I think there might be some reinforcements. Vikings are fleeing the field. They're marching quickly, so theoretically they may come back, but it kind of looks like they're withdrawing. I'd love to kill both of these guys or capture. Yeah, I think we got it. Oh, man. Oh, what a good battle. Sometimes it's worth having to wrestle with these old antique controls. That was great. Now, I could have done that better. But I'm very happy with that. Look at how much of a beating we took. I think this unit of 9 had 13 to start.
The enemy king is a prisoner
Yes.
of your victorious soldiers.
All right. Let's get our general over there and see if we can push some of those peasants into a rout. We'll get some more captives here. This Huscarl general, unfortunately, is going to get away. But very, very, very nice. So you can see we don't really, at this point anyway, have a battle line. Celtic warriors are just going to run. I think they charge without orders. And so they're going to pick their targets to some extent. But as long as they're on the offensive, they're going to do fairly well. It's when they get stuck in this long melee that they're going to have a hard time. So fighting against spears, peasants, fearedmen, woodsmen, axemen, that stuff is pretty good for them. And they're even doing a good number on these Vikings, which I'm really shocked at. All right, these guys are probably going to get away. Yeah. Okay. So we could kill the captured soldiers right now, but I don't really want to do that. All right, and Defit, they're retreating. Nice. Okay, and I think that's it. Ransom refused. Ouch. And they don't even want their king back. Damn, we could have gotten a lot of cash. I think, what is it, 10,000 for a king? I can't remember. But hey, we killed the Viking king. We have that was very, very nice. We've done a good number on them. Of course, that has weakened us, and we're just barely holding on to what we had at the beginning of this episode. And they could come in with a much larger army. That was just 2 units. Viking landsmen and their king. So I hope that they have some other business to attend to, but they don't appear to. All right, we just managed to hold on here too. So I think what we've got to do is move reinforcements in. You know what? Let's leave this unit of Celtic warriors here, just in case they try to come back. How old is this king? 54. So we won't have him long. His brother is going to take over, Prince Caradoc. One more turn on this, and then we'll have our Welsh bandits. Yeah, let's go with a unit of horsemen and in Defit. I guess we could train more. Now they have a boat here, though, which means they could hit any of my territories. So that's not great. I should have gone for a drinking hall here to get Celtic warriors. And I've got just about nobody in Gwent. Now, if they want a ceasefire, I would probably accept it at this point. Don't want to ally with the Vikings, but I'll take a ceasefire. We can go up to very high as well there. And I think, whenever you lose a province, the default tax rate goes back to normal. So you have to keep an eye on that. All right. I still want to hold out for at least a 1-star general of some kind. So maybe what I'll do, actually, is a bit risky, but I'll train a unit of royal bodyguards. These guys tend to have pretty low loyalty, but they may have some command stars. All right, and we've got kind of an okay amount of cash, but we are training stuff. So I think we'll wait there. All right, another princess goes away, and the Mercians are the strongest. All right, we got our royal court, and no Viking invasions this year. Means that we can afford to build our Welsh bandits. The rugged terrain of Wales is ideally suited to irregular warfare, as invaders from the Romans onwards have discovered to their cost. Armed with a bow and sword and skilled in attacking from ambush, Welsh bandits are deadly and versatile opponents. So there's 60 men per unit. Support costs are like twice that of your regular archers, but they can hide in the open. They've got a very good attack. I think that refers to their melee attack. Yeah, these guys have a very weak attack. Missiles are good versus armor, which is just so good. Like, obviously, the scariest units in this game are going to be those armored Vikings, those armored Saxon Huscarls, armored spearmen eventually. And so these guys are going to really be a major part of our strategy. Excellent morale as well, strong charge, fast and long range. They cost a lot, 525 florins up front. So we could only train, we could afford 2 of them. At this time, but the upkeep cost is relatively low. So these guys, combined with our Celtic warriors and eventually our tougher spearmen, that's going to be where it's at. So hopefully we'll be able to train like a bunch of them, and then we can see what they're capable of. Hiding in the open, that's just great. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We did get that general unit, and he's not so great. Well, it's another cav unit. I'm kind of feeling like keeping him here because I do want to maintain a credible presence in Pois so that we can continue to train these guys. Let's see, going up to a church would allow us to train Catholic bishops. It's another agent type, so we wouldn't have to just rely on princesses, although we can now train emissaries. This would also help morale, so it might be worth going for that, but let's wait on building because those Welsh bandits are pretty expensive. Alright, we get another attack, this time in Gwynedd. And here we go. We got some berserkers and oh my gosh. We get 4 units of Viking Huscarls. So, Prince Caradoc, this is my new heir. He's only got a unit of archers. We do potentially have some good terrain here, so I don't want him to die, but what I'd like to do is do as much damage as we can with the bowmen. And if we could take out the berserker unit, that would be great. Yeah, so this terrain is pretty decent. We can get pretty high up. I think I want to keep them on engage at will, maybe. Yeah, they're going to be having the berserkers hang back, which is annoying. These archers have just killed 1. So not doing a lot. Now, if the berserkers were here, I feel like we could sweep them away with a cav charge. And it probably would work out reasonably well. So I'm thinking about bringing my cav over here. And that's going to bring them turning around, so we might get some more kills in. Are you guys really shooting? Alright, let's do it. I think 7 berserkers. Pushing him back down to 6. You have to be careful. I think this is their new king. right, let's see if we can pull through. Down to just one. That's great. All right, he took out one of our cav. I think that's the thing. When you pull through like that, you're not actually considered to be fighting. So if you try to pull out for a second charge attempt, that's why I think in the one of the previous battles my general got killed. Pull them down from the edge. I just get the impression they're not actually shooting. Alright, do we want to try this? Yeah. We may take out some Huskarls as well. We definitely, yeah, that was 4. 5, 4, 1. I mean, we're not going to win this. If we lose one more, we're going to try to pull out. Alright, time to get out of here. Hopefully my general won't get killed. Come on, come on, come on. We did pretty well there. If I had some more cav. Alright, I think we're going to get out of here. Alright, let's see if we can get the archers out and around as well. And then I think... if I withdraw you guys, where would you end up going? Let's not get caught by the infantry. That would be embarrassing. Alright, we're going to withdraw you as well. Okay. So, we killed 29. Which is great. The archers only killed a single man, which is pathetic. And we lost Gwynedd. Alright, so they took, what is it, our Christian shrine out of there. Alright, no other attacks, but this is their new king, and he's just... We got rid of the berserkers. We took... Let's see what happened. Right, we took this unit down quite a bit, or they kind of merged the leftover units. But again, because of the landscape here, we're only able to bring in units from Clyde and Powys. So that could be our Welsh bandits. We're losing 306. Okay. If the Vikings weren't around, I'd be feeling a lot better about this, obviously. Okay. So far he doesn't have any bad traits. I mean, we withdrew from that one battle. If you do that too much, you're going to get some cowardly sort of traits. Well, let's see how the Welsh bandits do. And I think I want to train another one. That's going to basically take us down into negatives. We might not be able to do it. I've just got a lot of nothing here, though, too. 1 unit of Celtic warriors. Okay, 2. I'm going to have to bring in my king just as another cavalry unit, which is going to hurt the valor of all of my men because he's only got 1 star. Actually, he does have the +1 morale. So that's good. Alright, I think we need to pour pretty much everything into this. Who are we leaving? Let's just leave the general in Powys. We'll bring everybody in. Now, up here in Pexeton, you know, I could push against Elmet. Poor, risky attacks. He's not at his best when attacking numerically superior foes. Okay. What would happen? No, we don't want that. A marriage. want to attack here. Let's see, if we left this stack behind in case this army came down, I think we could handle it. 3 full archers, 1 cav, 2 Celtic warriors, and a spearman against this, which is really not that threatening. The question is, could we attack from here into here? The vista here is flatland, actually. So there's not really any great terrain advantage that they would have. They do have 2.5 archer units, similar to what I've got. I've got 2.5 Celtic warriors and 1 spearman, which would probably be enough. They've got these 2 bodyguard units, which is probably the biggest concern, because I don't have much cav. Let's try it. We'll see what happens. We may not take that attack. Okay, so it looks like the Viking army is sticking around. They are sticking around for the fight too. 702 men versus 480 of mine. This does not look very good. That said, I've got a ton of command. You know what? Let's do it. We may not be playing this campaign much longer. Oh, okay. And we're going to wait. I do want the weather to be good. I know they have archers too. Alright, so where can I expect them to be? Somewhere out here, probably past this hill. I don't think they can deploy that close to where I am. This looks pretty good, though, I guess. We've got our Celtic warriors sort of on the right wing, and our spearmen to the left. Yeah. So they're going to wait for us until our archers get close. Get up on this hill. And if I can kind of... whoops. Hold on, people. There we go. Just about like this, because I can have these Celtic warriors in ambush. There we go. And we need to be very careful about focusing down these units. Fortunately, they're going to do some kind of moving around and reconfiguring and going into loose formation and back into close formation. So the AI is not going to handle this that well. So if we can win this archery duel, that would be great. They've got... Where's the other cav unit, though? 1. Where's the other one? There were 2, right? They're defending. Okay, I could have sworn... Well... We'll just have to periodically look around. Are they withdrawing? Marching quickly? Nope, maybe not. Maybe. They may be pulling away. They are. So we're going to take Elmet. Okay, really interesting. Wow. Now, they're not all holed up here. I think the remnants are going to be over in Cumbria. And Gwynedd, they've just retreated. Good. Didn't want to really have to fight that. Alright, Prince Iago, expert attacker. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so this is an opportunity for us. The Picts and the Mercians are our allies. Our only allies, in fact. We could eliminate the Northumbrians here if we bring all of our armies in, and we could get a completely inland province safe from the Vikings. He's just got a single man. So what I think I need to do... And now we're in the negatives. Minus 208 florins. I don't think I can afford to train stuff, can I? Or do I just keep going into debt forever? Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's get the king back into Pois. And did we train that? We did. So we've got 2 units of Welsh bandits now. I want to get them together. And I think Pois does make the most sense because it can hit every one of these other provinces. Pexetten is kind of on its own, and Cairnew is kind of on its own. But that's just the way it's going to have to be. Okay, so again, Gwyned's going to go on very high taxes. We'll put Elmet up to high. And we'll pull back some of these guys into Pois also. So we'll go like, let's see, we'll leave the good Celtic warriors. We'll bring you guys back for retraining. Something like this. Okay. And now we've got a unit at Pexetten, and so we can bring pretty much everybody up here. And okay, this is going to not fall without a direct assault, but we're going to attack them. What do they have? Pretty much the same stuff we saw last time, and nothing really spectacular. All right. So we have to leave something behind, actually. Let's go with spearmen. Well, actually, let's leave also this weak unit of Celtic warriors, just in case this unit sallies out. Okay. And we'll bring our spy over. Not really needed in Pexetten, but Elmet is pretty bad in terms of unrest. All right, I think we've got the time for one more turn, and we'll see if we get a battle out of it. Insufficient funds, yep. Okay. Picts moving north. And it looks like, oh, we're attacked in Pois. And we're attacking Cumbria. So, this is for the final fate of Northumbria. Yeah, I think we got it. We're not too far off in terms of numbers. And we've got some, you know, some capable units against some really not good units on their part. Don't even think they have too many archers. So this looks fine. Spearmen in the center. We will have to watch for their cav, but should be all right. They're probably going to be up on this nice hill, I would think. Can't quite see. Well, let's move over in this direction. Yep, there they are. So this is going to be annoying. They are uphill. And they have the cover of the woods. Now, actually, I could work around them. There we go. So I can kind of steal this bit of high ground. Alright. I don't think they have like much of anything for archers. At least they're not showing them. So that's very good. Fearedmen and spearmen and 100 peasants is all I can see at the moment. Of course, they do have those 2 cav units, but in the trees, those cav units are going to be really not good. That completely negates some of the advantages of cav, I remember. Also spearmen, actually. Our Celtic warriors are perfect wood fighters, so I should probably get them in there. But let's just use all of our arrows while the AI mills about. Now, we do only have... We've already used up half of the timer. Alright, let's bring these guys in, I guess. So yeah, part of the strength of spearmen and fearedmen and all of those units that fight in ranks is that I think they get to add their attack bonus as long as they're fighting in those ranks. They get to add their attack bonuses somehow, so they're stronger if they stay in their formation. But when you're in the woods, they can't maintain those ranks. So what's going to happen is they will just be much weaker. It's like taking them out of formation completely. Alright, let's bring the general over. Archers are shooting at stuff. There's the armored spearmen. Oh, and there's their main army down here. So this was just a... this was just an ambush party or something? How sad. Alright, now, what I can't remember is, since I've established this group, if I click... if they're going to maintain the group or if they're going to maintain the positions that they currently have. Let's see what would happen. If I click here, yeah, they're going to maintain. They're going to maintain their current positions. Thanks a lot, game. So as soon as you take them out of group like that, as soon as you move them out of position, you may as well just take them out of the group. Oh well. So these armored spearmen wisely get out of the trees. Let's see if I can catch them while they're trying to run away. And their cav are also not in the trees, so I'm going to want all of my archers, actually, to get, like, up here. Okay, we all of a sudden have the high ground, but their general is pulling back to the top of that other hill. And I've got to say, this old game has a lot of terrain variety within the battle maps. They feel bigger to me. We started down there. We moved up here. We had enough room to maneuver around this crest. And then we can go down a hill and up another hill. They're just kind of standing with their back to us, though. The battle AI is, you know, it is what it is. Let's get the spearmen down and see if we can catch those royal bodyguards that are just presenting their back to us. Nope, they figured it out. Alright, so they are all moving away. Gotta give them credit for that. Okay, yep, and this is a little annoying, but we are going to be shooting at them with our archers. So we're going to win this. They're going to withdraw back. Why are we not shooting at them? And they're kind of trying to defend with their royal bodyguard, but that was a bad idea. Okay, we used all of our arrows already? Wow, okay. Oh, and we gotta move because we're running out of time. Alright, so let's bring them down here. And we're gonna need to use our archers as melee troops. Do have to keep an eye on this. They have some peasants coming, but I'm not too concerned about that. So the Royal Bodyguard just decided to charge on his own, which is a thing that can happen. So let's not lose the awesome general I've got. They're running away, I think. Yep, good. And that means the peasants are going to be pretty much following them. And it's pretty much all peasants except for their bodyguard. Okay, I've got my general down here. Kind of surprised they're not routing yet, but then again, they still have their general. We're going to have to move these guys to engage at will. Okay, there they go, and I think the rest of the army will follow pretty quickly, but yeah, we do have to move quickly. All of our units are very tired as well for all this maneuvering. Alright, so this is all uphill charges, and that's not the best. Here comes their general. Let's tuck my own general back behind my Celtic warriors. Okay, so he doesn't want to go through that. That's good. We are charging uphill here. These peasants are already running away, though. Very easy to misclick. Okay, some archers are coming in the back. I think we should be okay over here. Their general's going to hit our Celtic warriors in the flank, though. And they're going to try to hit our general with their Huscarls. Oh, they're going to try to catch our general with their king. Ignoring our Celtic warriors, which is actually fine, and they cut up to our general. That's not great. Let's get them with our archers. Alright, Celtic warriors now. Okay, those guys came back. We're really close to the wire. How about you guys come over and...
The portrait of a
yes.
royal milksop.
Yes,
The
yes,
enemy
yes.
king flees.
Alright, I think that should be it. Yep. Oh, phew. Alright. Now, are we going to time out? Are we going to lose if we can't get them off the field before victory? Okay. A little worried about that. Alright, Cumbria conquered, and that's under siege as well. And Powys is invaded. Alright, one more. This is our two Welsh bandits. And this is a winter battle. So I think this is something that may have been added with the Viking Invasion expansion. It happens also on the main map, I think. Maybe not. But when you fight more than a certain number of battles in the same turn, you get this winter landscape, which is kind of neat. I can't remember if there's any actual benefit or penalty to fighting in the winter. Okay, so our Welsh bandits now, they can hide in the open. So what I could do is take them off fire at will and put them somewhere like way up here. I guess I can't deploy that high up. But I could put them somewhere like on the flank, and they could shoot at the approaching Vikings. The problem, though, is that I don't want them to get caught and killed. So I think we're going to just use them kind of like regular archers, and then we're going to get them involved in the fight as that seems reasonable. We've got a single unit of Celtic warriors here, so we'll have to use them well. And 2 spearmen, so, you know, whatever use we can make of them, I guess, will be fine. Maybe put them down here. Something like that. And I think that's everybody. And all this for, what, 4 units? Okay, so they're going to be sending out... Or is it even just 2? There's at least 3. So they're going to send out these guys just to try to find where my hidden units are located. We are already shooting at them. Yeah, I think it's 3. Okay. So actually, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Are you guys just not shooting? Do they have to worry about, like, angle of fire and stuff, maybe? Okay, so we are hitting them, at least with our Celtic warriors, but that's not doing too much. Look how far we can hit with our Welsh bandits, though. Alright, they're winning slightly. Okay, we're doing okay. You can see them going into loose formation and kind of changing their mind because they're going to have to go into melee. Loose formation is bad for that. Down to 36. That's great, and we've still got 81. I mean, they could still do a lot to us before they break, if they break. Yep, here they come. So what I think I'll do is we'll just keep shooting these as long as we can. And then we'll use our Welsh bandits as melee troops. Wait, where's my other unit? Okay, hold on, guys. For some reason, they're not able to fire from where they're standing, so they keep repositioning. Alright, our Celtic warriors are still doing alright. they still have some men in that first unit, and 50. Okay, so there's 4 in that unit, 49 in their king's unit. And we've still got cav we can use. And we still haven't gotten our Welsh bandits into melee. Alright, they've caught my archers, but, you know, that's fine. Alright, we actually routed them. Yeah, I think we got this. And these guys are still going 15, 14. You guys actually just engage at will. Alright, there they go. So now, I think I want to turn you around. And now we'll, let's see. We'll risk a bit of friendly fire. Let's actually send you in now. And I think... Okay. I thought he just decided to charge on his own. Oh, I forgot that I have horsemen somewhere too, so actually we'll bring you.
The enemy king flees with the grace of a spavined nag.
Very good. Let's see, who else is running? Let's actually send a horseman over there. Because these are all, like, princes or family members or something. Or their units, anyway. And so if we can get them all just off the board...
King is taken,
Yes!
and now is at your mercy.
How many Viking kings do we have to capture here? Alright, and I think... There we go, that's it. Oh, man. We lost only one man among these Welsh bandits. So they performed fantastically, and that was only 2 units. Very, very happy with that. Okay, and we got a ransom, a nice juicy ransom, just when we needed it. King Magnus, his people love him, giving us 10,497 gold for the privilege. Now that may neuter the Viking threat, because I'm not sure, maybe that doesn't come from their coffers and maybe it just comes from imaginary game land money somewhere. But this may make it extremely difficult for them to train anything, to build anything, and so we may be nearing the end of our Viking war. So that is fantastic, from negative to over 10,000 gold. And yeah, so we got a refusal for Northumbria. And that's it for them. So that means that we just time out these 2 sieges, And we've basically won the war. Actually, with Elmet, we're going to have to assault it, but we'll just do an auto-resolve there. And we get another heir coming of age. Secret Pride and Killer Instinct. Those are actually not too bad for a fighter. So we get a lot of nice warlike Welsh princes coming of age. Well, this is better than I expected when the Vikings started attacking. So it's been kind of a long episode, folks, but thank you for sticking with it if you have. And when we return in the next episode, we'll have to decide where to go next. Northumbria's gone. Mercia looks stronger than ever. And we do have a rebel settlement to our north that we may be able to take. And this is a pretty good one. It's got some tradable resources as well as some copper. So this would be a nice one to grab if we can do it. But we'll have to see what happens with the Vikings. Thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you'll stick around until the next one. Take care.